Hello dear students, this is our next session in the chapter Nuclei. As you know that in the previous class I was discussing about the characteristic features of binding energy curve, and even I discussed a concept of nuclear force. So I think it is clear regarding these two concepts, and today we shall go to the next concept of this chapter, continuation to this nuclei. So what is that? The concept of radioactivity we have to discuss. Before going to the concept of radioactivity, I would like to clear one property of this nuclear force. I think you might be remembered that in my previous class, while explaining the properties of nuclear force, you came across about one of the property of nuclear force, that is, nuclear forces are nothing but the exchange forces. So regarding this property, I was explained, but still some of the few points regarding this property we shall see. So what is the property? Nuclear forces are exchange forces. Nuclear forces are exchange forces. So under this I told you that exchange forces. While explaining this property, I told that the nuclear force is existed mainly because of exchange of particles known as pi mesons or pions we call. So I think you might be remember this. So nuclear force is existed because of the exchange of some particles, and that some particular particles we refer as elementary particle. And what type of elementary particle means? It is nothing but the what? A meson or pion we call. So how we call the atomic particles as electrons, proton, neutron, like that. The nuclear force is exchange force. Why it is exchange force means? Due to the exchange of some particles. What those particles are referred as? We refer those particles as mesons or pions. Mesons or pions. Generally, what is this meson or pion? The mesons or pions are nothing but the what? They are the elementary particles, and these elementary particles are exchanged between the proton and neutron, as well as between a proton and proton, as well as between a neutron and neutron. So what are pions or mesons means? Generally, pions are nothing but the what? Elementary particles, and these elementary particles are belonging to the group known as mesons, and even these mesons are also called as what? Pions. Generally, how many types are there in this pions? Generally, pions consisting of three types, that is nothing but pi plus on, pi minus, as well as pi naught. So this concept of elementary particle taking into the consideration, a Japanese physicist by name Yukawa proposed the what? A brief theory regarding this feature of the nuclear force, that is, nuclear forces are exchange forces, or nuclear force is an exchange force. Generally, nuclear force is nothing but the what? An exchange force. So how it is? Generally, if you consider the force of attraction between the proton and neutron inside the nucleus, if you take the proton and neutron inside the nucleus, they are bounded to the nucleus. So generally, how we can say that they are possessing an attractive force? So generally, proton and neutron are exchanged. The force between these two is an exchange force. Nuclear force is nothing but an exchange force. Obviously, an attractive force will be there between a proton and neutron. Remember how it is exchanged. Why proton and neutrons are there in the nucleus? Why? Because see, this proton will gives you pi plus on meson. This proton will emit this pi plus meson. Pi plus meson. And if it emits pi plus meson, it becomes the what? Neutron. It is proton. If it gives pi plus, or if it emits pi plus meson, then it becomes the neutron. Then this emitted pi plus meson attracted by the neutron, and thus it becomes the what? Proton. So here inside the nucleus, proton and neutron are gone exchanging. So this is the reason that the proton and neutrons are stably bound inside the nucleus, or they are bounded inside the nucleus. In all the cases they may not be stable. In some of the radioactive substances they may get disintegrate, but generally proton and neutrons are holded together inside the nucleus because of this reason. So proton emits pi plus on, becomes neutron, and neutron attracts, or it takes the pi plus on, becomes a proton. Like this proton, neutron, once again proton, neutron, they keep on changing their, due to this pi meson particles. Is it clear? So this is the one of the property. So I told you there also, but anyhow some still more importance is there. So that is the reason I have explained in detail. So very simple one. Come to the today's class. For the present class, we shall discuss concept of radioactivity. So it is also a basic concept to you people. I think in your school level you might be studied the concept of radioactivity. You might be studied the concept of radioactivity. In Kannada, we call it as Vikirana Patutva. So what is radioactivity? Generally, Henry Becquerel was discovered an element. Its name is uranium. Henry Becquerel discovered one of the element, that is uranium. And he found that this uranium element emitting some type of radiation, and these type of some particular type of radiation it is emitting. Uranium itself it is emitting, spontaneously it is emitting. No need of any kind of external energy or anything. Itself emitting. This observation was made by the person Henry Becquerel. So Henry Becquerel discovered the uranium element, and he found that this element is emitting some type of radiations, and these radiations has got some penetrating power. This radiation has got some penetrating power, as well as these radiations are going to ionize the gas through which if they passed. Then later on, after the Henry Becquerel discovery of uranium, Marie Curie as well as Pierre Curie, they have discovered the another one element, that is radium. They discovered another one element, that is radium. And they found that the radium also emitting the what? Some type of radiation, but compared to the radiations of uranium, they are more active radiations are emitted from the radium element. The more active radiations are emitted from the radioactive element compared to that of the uranium element. Later they concluded by conducting one simple experiment that some substances, why they emit some type of radiation? Because some substances will undergo the disintegration of their nuclei. They concluded by doing one experiment that some of these substances will undergo the what? The spontaneous disintegration. They itself undergo the what? Some changes. They are undergoing some disintegrations. So disintegration means what? Generally, a element is going to split up its nucleus by forming the what? The nucleus of some other atoms. and this property generally they called as radioactive property. They called this as radioactivity, and that substance is called as radioactive substance. So generally uranium and radium became the radioactive substances. I think you might know this fact that if you go to the periodic table, starting from atomic number 83 to 92 are naturally radioactive. They are radioactive. They are naturally radioactive. Starting from atomic number 83 to 92. Then now comes the question, what do you mean by radioactivity then? Listen here, some of the elements or some substances, they undergo the disintegration of their nucleus of the atoms, thereby they gives rise to the nucleus of some different atoms, or that is a nucleus of some other substance. They becomes the nucleus of other substance. One simple example I would like to tell you here is, you might know this one, uranium-92-238, when it is subjected because uranium is a radioactive element, when it disintegrates, it gives out or it forms the nucleus of a thallium, that is 90 and 234, as well as helium. So therefore uranium disintegrates into thallium as well as helium. So definitely it is true, atoms of some substances are going to disintegrate and they forms the atoms of some different elements. So thallium as well as helium. This is the one simple example here. Then what is radioactivity then? So radioactivity may be defined as, it is the spontaneous disintegration of the atoms of the nucleus of the heavy elements, or atoms of the a heavy nuclei into the water with the emission of radiation is called as radioactivity, or it is the spontaneous disintegration of the heavy nucleus into its constituent, that is nucleons, or its constituent, that is the two lighter nucleons or two lighter atoms. This property we call as radioactivity, the spontaneous disintegration of a heavy nucleus into the two lighter nuclei with the emission of radiation is referred as the radioactivity. And generally, if you take the elements from 83 to 92, atomic number from 83 to 92, they are nothing but the naturally radioactive elements. Is it clear? So radioactivity property is nothing but the it is the spontaneous emission of the radiation, or the spontaneous disintegration will takes place, thereby they emit some of the radiation by forming the atoms of the nuclei of some different elements. So this property is referred in physics as a radioactivity. So radioactive substance we call. Uranium is the example for radioactive substance. Radium is the example for radioactive substance. So next concept is nature of radioactive rays. Nature of radioactive rays. What is this radioactive rays nature something? See here, radioactivity means it is the spontaneous disintegration of a heavy nucleus into the water with the emission of certain type of radiation is nothing but radioactivity. The spontaneous disintegration of some element is nothing but the we refer as radioactivity, and that substance is referred as radioactive substance. That substance is referred as radioactive substance. Suppose if you take a substance, if it undergoes the disintegration, then it is going to emit the radiation. That is actually the radioactivity we call. Yes or no? So when it emits the radiations are found to be three types. The radiations are found to be three types. So during the radioactivity, the emission of radiation takes place, and this emitted radiation is of three types. One is called as alpha ray, and another one is called beta ray, and another one is called as gamma ray. There are three types of radioactive radiations are get emitted during the disintegration of the certain unstable nucleus. Unstable nucleus we refer if it undergoes disintegration. Yes or no? Therefore, if a substance undergoing the radioactive decay, it emits alpha, beta and gamma rays. Then how to identify alpha, beta, gamma, three types of radiation? What is the validity for this? So in order to show the nature of these alpha, beta, gamma radioactive radiation, there will be one simple experiment conducted by our physicist Henry Becquerel. So what is that simple experiment means? Say let us consider, so our concept is, after the radioactivity we are discussing nature of radioactive rays, nature of radioactive radiations. So we found that if a substance undergoing spontaneous disintegration, it emits a radiation of some type, and that type of radiation consisting generally three types of radiation: alpha ray, beta ray as well as gamma ray. Say let us consider, we shall examine the validity or presence of this alpha, beta, gamma, and the nature of this alpha, beta, gamma can be understood with one simple activity. We shall consider that activity first. Say let us consider a lead block and a small hole will be made on that lead block, and in this hole a radioactive substance is placed. And you know that the radioactive substance is undergoing the spontaneous disintegration, thereby it emits the radioactive radiations. So here radioactive sample will be there, and in the path of the beam of the radiation an electric field is applied, an external electric field is applied, and if you look at here there will be a one photographic plate, P we call. There is a one photographic plate, we refer it as a one P. It is a one photographic film. It is a photographic plate means it is a one photographic film. It captures the water, the scintillations of some rays. It captures the some flashes of the rays. So this is in case of electric field. And the same figure, just instead of electric field, I have taken the radioactive sample in the magnetic field. I have taken radioactive sample in case of magnetic field. So, and here also photographic plate will be there here. And what is the observation we have to study from this? So listen here. When a radioactive sample is taken in the lead block, why they have taken in the lead block? Because lead block is the good absorber of all the three types of radiation, that is alpha, beta as well as gamma. It is a good absorber. It do not allow the water radiations to move out to the surrounding vicinity. So it is the good absorber of all the three types of radiation. Hence the radioactive sample is placed by making the hole inside the lead block, and only radiations are subjected for in the path of applied electric field. Once if you look at the radioactive sample which is emitting a beam of radiation, and we know that the beam of radiations are three types, one is alpha, beta and gamma. So remember here, when a beam of radiations are emitted by the radioactive sample, some of the rays get attracted towards the negative of the electric field or towards the negative plate, and some of the radiations get attracted towards the a positive plate, but some of the radiation do not deflect towards positive or towards negative. They do not deflect towards negative or positive, and they pass it straight. They do not suffer any kind of deflections or deviation. And if you take the magnetic field, instead of electric field, you remove electric field and you take magnetic field, and same source in the lead block, instead of applying the electric field, you take the magnetic field, and this magnetic field, I have represented here crossed lines. Why I have represented with crossed lines means, this is the representation of a crossed field we call. You are going to study this in the chapter moving charges and magnetism later. So here what is the indication of this into mark in this figure means, it indicates that the magnetic field is applied perpendicular to the the beam of radiation emitting from the radioactive source. So that is the indication of this into mark here. So even though in the application of a external magnetic field, the radioactive radiations are same what the observation you are making in case of electric field. Here the radioactive radiations are deflected towards the they are deflected, and here also beta is get deflected. So some of the undeviated is passed straight. Is it clear? So it means generally here alpha is also deflected. How it is deflected in case of electric field? Even beta is also get deflected. How it is deflected in case of electric field? Gamma is not at all deflecting in case of electric as well as magnetic field. It is same as it is only. Is it right? But alpha deflected. Beta also deflected. Is it clear? And remember, this gamma is going to not deflecting, and hence it produces the some scintillation or some flashes on this photographic plate. Then they finally said that the alpha radioactive radiations, why they are attracting towards the negative of the electric field, and even they are deflecting in the magnetic field. And why beta particles or beta rays are deflecting towards the negative of the positive of the electric field? Why? Because generally the three types of radiations which are emitted by the radioactive substance are consisting some charged particles. So here alpha is attracting towards the negative means alpha is nothing but the what? A positively charged, that is a radioactive radiation. Hence it get attracted towards the negative plate. And here beta is attracting towards the positive electric field or positive plate means because of this reason that beta consisting of some negatively charged, that is a radioactive radiations. The gamma is not deflecting either towards positive or negative means definitely gamma is nothing but the what? A neutral. So it is a uncharged radioactive radiations are there in case of a gamma radiation. So hence it do not deflect either towards positive or negative, it passed straight and it produces some bright flashes on the or scintillations on the photographic plate. And even though if you observe in case of magnetic field, alpha is deflecting, beta is deflecting, but not the gamma. So it is very clear that what is the nature of this alpha, beta, gamma means the alpha rays are nothing but the what? A positively charged, that is a radioactive radiation. Positively charged radioactive radiations. And what about the beta means? Definitely beta are nothing but the what? A negatively charged radioactive radiations. Negatively charged radioactive radiation. What about gamma ray? They are the uncharged, or we can say that the charge will not be there. They are the neutral radiations we can call. The radiation consisting of neutral particles. So therefore the uncharged radiations are referred as the what here? The gamma radiations. Is it clear? So after studying the nature of the radioactive radiation, now we shall study what are the properties of this alpha ray, beta ray as well as gamma ray. If possible, you try to make the notes of this, because all these concepts are important when you go to the what? NEET and JEE type of synopsis. At the time you will be required to know the what? Each and every aspect of this concept of nuclei. So now next we shall discuss properties of radioactive radiations. Properties of radioactive radiations. Radiations. Yes, how many types of radioactive radiations? There are three types: alpha ray, beta ray, gamma ray. What is the nature of alpha? Alpha is a positively charged, that is a radioactive radiation. How you concluded that it is positively charged? Because the radioactive sample emits the beam of radiation, and the radiations which are get attracted towards the negative charge of the electric field are referred simply as an alpha particle, and the particles which deflect or radiations which deflected towards the positive of the electric field are referred as negatively charged radioactive radiations, and which are undeviated are called as gamma rays. So therefore, properties of radioactive radiations, we shall study one by one. First, properties of alpha rays. So what are alpha rays? During the radioactive process, whenever a substance undergoes the disintegration, if it emits a positively charged radioactive radiations, and generally such radiations are said to be what? Alpha rays. So this is the one thing. What are alpha rays means? Alpha rays are nothing but the what? The positively charged radioactive radiations which are emitted during the radioactive decay or during the radioactive disintegration. So come to its property one by one. The first property is that the alpha particles or alpha radiations get deflect for both electric as well as magnetic field. Yes or no? This is the one property I can suppose to say. You observed that previously in one activity or one experiment, the alpha radiations are deflecting towards the what? in the presence of electric as well as even in presence of magnetic field also. So therefore, first property I say that alpha particles will deflect, or alpha rays, alpha particles are nothing but the what here? Alpha rays are deflecting in both electric as well as in magnetic fields. Yes or no? The first property is alpha rays are deflecting in both electric as well as magnetic field. The next property, alpha rays have high penetrating, or that is high ionizing power, not penetrating, high ionizing power. Ionizing power will be high. Ionizing power is high compared to beta ray as well as gamma ray. If you compare to the beta ray and the gamma ray ionizing power, alpha rays has got highest ionizing power. I can simply say that ionizing power is 100 times greater than beta rays. Next, alpha rays have very small penetrating power. They can't penetrate into the substance very largely. So they penetrate very small. So therefore, alpha rays have very small penetrating power. And fourth one, alpha rays are traveling with the speed of nearly 10 to the power of 7 meter per second. 10 to the power of 7 meter per second. And the next one, very important, the charge of the alpha ray, this is very important. Charge of alpha ray is 3.2 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Once if you look at this value, it is 2 times of basic charge E. Yes or no? And mass of the alpha particle or alpha ray, mass of this alpha ray, the alpha ray consisting of alpha particles, the mass of alpha particle will be same as mass of the proton, that is 6.645 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. Sorry, minus 27 kg. 6.645 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. But once if you look at the charge of the alpha particle, 2e, which element has got the charge 2e? It's plus 2e, is it right? So plus 2e. 2 into that is a basic charge E. So which element has got charge 2e or 2 protons? Obviously that is helium. Yes or no? Hence alpha rays are also called as helium particle radiations. Alpha rays ಈಗ helium particle radiations ಅಂತನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ alpha radiation ಇಂದು charge 2e ಇದೆ. So because of that reason, we can also say that alpha rays are nothing but the what? A helium particle radiations. Helium particle radiations. So you are going to study this helium particle radiation in case of alpha decay in the next coming topic. Next, the charge and mass of the alpha particle you know. Is it clear? So these are the some few simple properties of alpha radiation. Now we shall go through the what? Properties of beta radiation. Try to note down all these important properties. If possible, if you have a textbook, you go through that once or twice. in order to understand all these properties. It is very simple one, no complexity is there here, very simple things are there. So only your concentration is required, that's all. Beta rays. What are the properties of beta rays? First, what are beta rays? So beta rays are also a radioactive radiation, and these radiations are consisting negatively charged particles, and generally we refer them as beta rays. What are the properties of beta ray? One common observation I can tell that here in case of activity both alpha and beta are deflected in electric and magnetic field. Don't want towards positive or negative now. Whether they are deflecting or not, that is important. Yes, alpha radiation is deflected in case of presence of electric as well as magnetic field. In the same way, beta also, the beta rays are also deflecting what? Beta rays are deflecting both in presence of in both electric as well as magnetic fields. Electric as well in magnetic fields as well as in magnetic fields. Is it right or not? They are deflecting both in case of electric as well as magnetic fields. Second one, beta rays have somewhat high penetrating power. High penetrating power compared to alpha rays. Next, beta rays have high penetrating power compared to that of alpha rays. Beta rays have less ionizing power. They have less ionizing power. Their ionizing power will be less. And how much means 1/100th times that of alpha rays. 1/100th times of alpha rays. Ionizing power will be less. And next, the charge of the beta ray charge will be same as charge of electron, that is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. And what is the mass of this beta particle means? It is same as electron, 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. So therefore, beta rays are nothing but the what? The radiation consisting of negatively charged particles, electrons. Okay. Next, the last radioactive radiation, that is gamma ray. Today, gamma ray has got one of the important application in the medical sector, gamma rays. So third one, that is gamma ray. So what is this gamma rays, or what is the property of this gamma ray means? Before going to the property, we shall see what are gamma rays. These are the radioactive radiations basically consisting of uncharged particles are called as gamma rays. The radiation consisting of uncharged particle is called as gamma ray. And what is the property of gamma ray? Very important property of gamma ray is that we observed, if you go through the previous experiment of today's class, there you observed that gamma radiation do not deflected. Is it right or no? Gamma is not at all deflected. It passed straight both in the presence of electric field as well as in the presence of magnetic field also. Gamma has passed straight only. So it means gamma ray do not deflect for both electric as well as magnetic field. It do not deflect for electric as well as magnetic field. It means the ray do not care for the presence of electric field or magnetic field. Is it right? So whatever the things we are going to tell, you have to read, you have to concentrate, though also you are neglecting our words. And though also your parents are also telling, if we people are become electric field, your parents become the magnetic field, though also some of the students are not following the what, either towards the magnetic field, either towards the electric field. They passed straight like a gamma ray. Is it clear? So try to avoid such things and try to become like alpha or beta. So therefore, so for the purpose of kindness, I told this example, don't take it seriously, okay? So gamma rays are nothing but the what? The radiation which do not deflect for the what? Electric as well as magnetic fields. And basically the charge of gamma ray will be zero because they are the uncharged, they are the neutral, we say. And remember, gamma ray has got very less ionizing power compared to alpha, compared to beta. It has got less ionizing power. Ionizing means what? Making the what? Atoms into ions. Making the what? Bounded condition of atoms into ions. Very simple. Making ions, positively charged ions and negatively charged, ionizing the gas. Ions will be produced. So generally, gamma ray do not possess ionizing power compared to alpha, compared to beta. But gamma ray has got highest penetrating power. It has highest penetrating power than that of alpha and beta. Because of such a high penetrating power, extremely high penetrating power compared to alpha and beta, so because of such high penetrating power, even it can also kill the living tissue. Because of this reason, in medical field, as particularly in the treatment of cancer, gamma radiations are used. And even this gamma ray is also a part of electromagnetic spectrum. I told you while explaining atomic spectra. And this gamma radiation is traveling with the speed of light, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. And it has got high penetrating power. Because of this reason, it is used in the what? Medical field for the treatment of cancer. Even gamma radiations are also used for what? Studying the what? Atomic structures. While studying the what? Atomic constituents. And next, gamma rays will show the phenomenon of photoelectric effect and Compton effect. We can also establish a photoelectric effect phenomena with the help of gamma rays. Is it clear? So like this, these are the some simple properties I told you regarding the properties of radioactive radiations. Is it clear? So once you go through this video and try to remember the nature of radioactive radiations and what you mean by radioactivity. So why radioactivity will be happens? Because of their unstableness, the radioactivity will be takes place. So and the properties of the radioactive radiations and that simple activity. And coming to the next topic, the next topic is nothing but the what? Radioactive decay. So next topic is a radioactive decay we have.